All right, listen up. You don't need a fat wallet to eat like a king. I'm gonna show you how to turn 10 quids worth of groceries into a proper fancy meal. It's not magic, it's just clever cooking. You don't need to be Gordon Ramsay to cook up a storm. All you need is a bit of know-how and some everyday kitchen gadgets. We're talking slow cookers, blenders, even your trusty microwave. Whether you're a busy parent, a student on a budget, or just someone who loves good food, this is for you. So, are you ready to impress? Great, let's get stuck in. By the end of this, you'll be cooking up a storm without breaking the bank. First things first, let's talk shopping. The supermarket can be a bit overwhelming, yeah? But don't worry, I've got your back. We're gonna make every penny count. Look for those yellow stickers. That's where the bargains are hiding. And don't be afraid of the frozen section. Frozen veg is just as good as fresh, and it lasts longer too. Basics like rice, pasta, and tinned tomatoes are cheap and versatile. Herbs and spices, they're the key to making simple food taste amazing. When it comes to meat, think cheaper cuts. Chicken thighs instead of breasts, or beef shin instead of steak. And don't forget about veggie options. Lentils and beans are proper little powerhouses of nutrition. It's not about buying fancy ingredients, it's about making the most of what you've got. So, next time you're at the supermarket, think like a chef. Right, let's get cooking. We're gonna make a proper fancy French dish, beef bourguignon. Sounds posh, doesn't it? But don't worry, it's dead easy. And the best part? We're gonna use a slow cooker. Here's what you need: beef shin, a carrot, an onion, garlic, a tin of tomatoes, a splash of red wine, beef stock, and mushrooms. All in. That's about 6 pounds 40. Not bad for a fancy French dinner, eh? Chop everything up and throw it in the slow cooker. Give it all a good mix, pop the lid on, and set it to low. Leave it alone for 8 hours. When you come back, your kitchen's gonna smell amazing. Serve it up with some mashed potatoes or crusty bread, and you've got yourself a meal that looks and tastes like it cost 50 quid in a fancy restaurant. Section 4. The secret sauce. Layering flavors. Now let's talk about making your food taste even better. It's all about layering flavors. Think of it like building a house. You need a good foundation, then you add layers bit by bit. In cooking, we start with base flavors and build up from there. Let's take our beef bourguignon. We started with onions and garlic. They're your foundation. Then we added the beef, which brings depth. The wine and stock? They're like the walls of your flavor house, holding everything together. The veg adds different notes, and the slow cooking melds it all into one delicious whole. Here's a top tip: don't be afraid to taste as you go. And remember, seasoning is key. Add a little bit at each stage of cooking. Section 5. Freezer to table. Veggie shortcuts. Let's talk about your freezer. It's not just for ice cream and pizza, you know. It's a treasure trove of ingredients that can save you time and money. Frozen veg is a lifesaver. It's cheap, it lasts ages, and it's just as nutritious as fresh. Plus, it's already chopped up for you. In our beef bourguignon, we could have used fresh carrots and mushrooms. But you know what? Frozen ones work just as well. They're often cheaper too. And here's a bonus. Frozen veg is picked and frozen at its peak, so it's packed with goodness. Fresh veg can lose nutrients as it sits on the shelf. So don't feel guilty about reaching for that bag of frozen peas. Section 6. Cook once, eat twice. Batch cooking brilliance. Right, let's talk about being clever with your time. Batch cooking is your secret weapon. It's all about cooking more now to save time later. And you know what? It can save you money too. When you buy ingredients in bigger quantities, they often work out cheaper. Next time you make that beef bourguignon, double the recipe. Portion it out and freeze what you don't eat. Bam! You've got homemade ready meals for busy days. Just reheat and you're good to go. No more reaching for the takeaway menu when you're knackered after work. You can batch cook all sorts: soups, sauces, even whole lasagnas. Spend a couple of hours on a Sunday and you've sorted your dinners for the week. So go on, give batch cooking a go. Your future self will thank you. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more tips.